1980 saw many great moments in popular culture. In this episode, we begin with events in popular culture from February of that year. We will remember gas rationing, a highly controversial movie, a hit song that doubled as a movie theme song, a record-holding Olympic medalist, and an enduring moment of Olympic pride for the U.S. These are just some of the moments that we will remember from the second month of the first year of the 80s decade. So thanks for joining us as we take a look back on popular culture from February of 1980. On February 1st, due to gas shortages during the previous year, the U.S. Department of Energy released its plans for gasoline rationing in preparation for a predicted fuel shortage that summer. The plan, which was never implemented, included a 4-day work week, limiting drivers to driving their cars only 4 days per week, assigning gasoline purchases to either odd or even numbered days of the month, and capping gasoline purchases to a maximum of either $7 or 10 gallons. Oil prices had begun to rise rapidly in mid-1979, more than doubling between April 1979 and April 1980. Oil demand had surged due to a booming global economy, but supply had fallen due to a drop in production caused by the Iranian Revolution. These factors were both responsible for the increase in the cost of oil. Because of the resulting crisis, an attempt was made toward energy reform, including attempts at increasing domestic oil production, promoting efforts to reduce American dependence on foreign oil, and increasing research into alternative sources of power, which included renewable energy sources like wind, solar, and nuclear power. Also on February 1st, the erotic historical drama film Caligula is released in the United States. Starring Malcolm McDowell, Helen Mirren, Peter O'Toole, and John Gielgud, the movie was based on the rise and fall of the Roman Emperor Caligula. Claiming it would make the movie more realistic, producer Bob Guccione, also the founder of Penthouse magazine, insisted on the use of real, hardcore sexual content, using his own penthouse pets in several scenes. Writer Gore Vidal, who had originally drafted the first screenplay, disagreed with Guccione and refused to complete his work with the film. There were also issues among the cast and crew as well. It was rumored that while filming in Rome, lead actor Malcolm McDowell took the entire production crew out to dinner, celebrating the English soccer team's win against Italy. At the end of the meal, however, McDowell stuck the others with his bill, claiming that he had not brought enough money with him. Caligula has since become a cult classic, ironically for its portrayal of historical events rather than the many sex scenes. At the time of its release, however, the film faced obvious controversy as well as legal issues over its graphic sexual content, resulting in being banned in several countries. It is still considered to be one of the most controversial movies of all time. Finally, on February 1st, the American new wave band Blondie released the hit single Call Me, with lyrics written by Blondie lead singer and former Playboy model Debbie Harry. Call Me became the band's biggest single and quickly went to the #1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, where it remained for 6 consecutive weeks and was certified gold by the Record Industry Association of America. It was the second #1 hit for the band, and in the year-end chart of 1980, it was Billboard's #1 single. The song appeared later in the month on February 8th, when the American crime drama film American Gigolo was released. The film, which starred Richard Gere and Lauren Hutton, is the story about a male escort living in Los Angeles who becomes romantically involved with a prominent politician's wife. Though Gere had played smaller parts in movies throughout the 1970s, his role as the main character in American Gigolo helped establish him as a leading man and sex symbol in Hollywood. The film is also notable as one of the first mainstream films to include frontal male nudity from its star. On February 13th, the 1980 Winter Olympics officially opened in Lake Placid, New York. The 13th Winter Games continued until the closing ceremonies on February 24th. This was the second time the Games were hosted in Lake Placid. One highlight of the Games for the U.S. team included speed skater Eric Heiden winning the gold medal and setting Olympic records in 4 speed skating events: the 500 meter, the 1000 meter, the 1500 meter, and the 5000 meter. On February 23rd, Eric Heiden won the gold medal while setting world records in the 10,000 meter event. In doing this, he became the first person to win all 5 speed skating events and is the only athlete to ever win 5 gold medals during the Winter Games. The most famous gold medal won by the U.S. in Lake Placid, and likely the most famous medal in U.S. Olympic history, was won by the United States men's hockey team. The men's team, who is not expected to advance beyond group play, won the gold in spectacular fashion. The most widely remembered matchup of the Games, now known as the Miracle on Ice, took place on February 22nd. This contest, in the semifinal round, saw a young U.S. team made up of college athletes defeat the veteran Soviet team 4-3. The Soviets, whose team was made up of mostly professional hockey players from the USSR, had been heavily favored coming into the Games, having previously won gold in the previous 4 consecutive Winter Games. The game was a back-and-forth contest of goals until, with about 10 minutes remaining, forward Mike Eruzione snagged a loose puck in the Soviet zone and sent it into the net with a wrist shot from 25 feet out. That score gave the Americans the lead for the first time. Goalie Jim Craig then held off any hope for a tie, with several amazing saves of shots on goal by the Soviets. As the clock wound down, in the game's final seconds, the Americans cleared the puck into the Soviet zone. Sportscaster Al Michaels then delivered his now infamous line, "Do you believe in miracles?" The win captured the hearts of the nation, allowing a moment of celebration to the Americans in the midst of a deep economic recession, giving them a victory against their Cold War rival. The win ensured that the U.S. team would medal, sending them to face Team Finland in the championship game, where the winner would receive the gold medal. However, things did not look good for the U.S., who was down by 2-1 at the end of the second period. It appeared the miracle was all but over. Coach Herb Brooks saw things differently, however, motivating Team USA to score 3 goals in the third, allowing them to pull ahead, eventually pulling off a victory with a final score of 4-2. This gold in hockey is only the second in Winter Game history for Team USA. That wraps up our look at some of the major events in popular culture from the second month of 1980. In our next episode, we will move on to March 1980, recalling even more events from popular history. For now, thank you for watching and joining us in this stroll through our memories of the year that was 1980.